So there's this huge term that keeps going around is housing recession. That all like CNN, Fox, and all the other news outlets are utilizing it to get more people drawn in and get more people hyped up about us going into this huge housing recession versus it being across the board as a potential recession that we're going into, and not focused on housing. Now they're trying to focus on housing just to get more views on maybe that segment that they have going on. So what I really have seen is this is a normal market. This is a 2018, 2017, 2019 market. Granted, I know a lot of people have come to me and they're like, I can't believe interest rates are 5.25%, 5.75%, and now we're higher. But back at the end of 2018, it was 5.25% was what I got a couple of my clients locked into. So, or at least the lender did when we purchased, and they've refied since. But we've got to a place where we got pretty comfortable at a low interest rate of like 3.5%. And when you see that for 2 years or lower or a little bit higher, people get really comfortable and know that that's just the standard. And that's why it's been so busy for the housing market for the last 2 years. And yeah, I would say if you've looked at that and just said these last 2.5 years, 3 years was a housing, we're going into a housing recession. Yeah, if you took that snippet and then you looked at what we're in now, where the interest rates are 6.25%, 6.5%, then you would say, yes, of course, we're in a housing recession. But let's expand it across the last 50 to 70 years. The average interest rate in 1970s was about 10%. And then 80s, it was, I think, about 13 to 14%. So if you want to look back in the 70s, they probably said it was a housing recession in the 80s, because now we're sitting here, and if you're in the 80s and you have 4 or 5% interest rate increase, then yeah, that's a big change, and that's what we're at now. We've got a huge change, and are the Fed's going to change what they're doing right now? They're going to stop increasing interest rates? Probably not for a while, but we still have an inventory issue, which all across America, we have an inventory issue. So those are the things that you really need to focus on, the fundamentals versus just hearing a housing recession and being concerned about it. Go do your research, go dig in, see that there's still a lot of buyers out there. There's still a lot of people, even though affordability is tougher and tougher these days with interest rates. That's why you see house prices going down a little bit. So don't get drawn into those random catchphrases that the news outlets use.